Hi everyone, welcome back in a new video. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you a new tool that I recently created to add backgrounds in your web applications or in your landing page, as you saw in the thumbnail. So I'm gonna start from here. I have a tool called Bolstack that has pretty much everything that you need to be able to create real good applications from reusable components, from SaaS architecture, and also I added some themes and recently I added the backgrounds. So go over here into the tools. So these are the main tools that I just talked about, and we're going to choose the background. So if you go to this page, as you can see right now, I just added six backgrounds, but I'm planning to add more. And as you can see right now, you can see their animations right off the bat when you get access to this page. So I'm going to click on this pulsing circle. So one thing that I mentioned, so the difference between what I've done and between what's out there is the speed and also this thing. So if I click on this circle, as you can see, I have the animated circle and also I have this control panel so I can be able to change all the properties related to this animated component. Something that is not out there, and there are pretty there are a lot of backgrounds or animated shadcn backgrounds out there, but it's a little bit painful to really use them and to really get the thing there that you want on or how it looks on your landing page, for example. But if you are doing in this way, you can see live what's happening, so you have a visual in front of you and before you can use it in your landing page, for example. So here I can change the circles, for example, and everything is happening live. So I can change the speed. So right now the speed is pretty fast, and I can make it slow. Also, I can change the stiffness. Also, I can change the opacity, the color if you want, but it's going to take the primary color of the shadcn theme that you're using in your project. Also, we have the mask. So as you can see, if you want to do this manually in VS Code, it's going to take a lot of time because my mantra is speed, efficiency, and control of over what you are doing. So once you are happy with the visual result, all you have to do is just click on this button where you can save the component and also copy the snippet that you can use just to show you how the snippet is looking. So for example, in this div, in this project, and we're going to be creating or demoing this with a real landing page and see how it works. So if I copy this, so as you can see, this is the actual snippet that you can use. So think about how much time that you saved by just doing this. We have the mask, we have all the properties related to the components with the value that we just changed in the control panel. So all you have to do, because I've already done this, I've already tested this. So because I'm already importing the pulsing grids circles component, sorry. So that's why we didn't have an error. So the only thing that you need to do is add the relative utility here inside the container and you are ready to go. And I'm going to show you how this works. So one heads up is you need to be a web developer. You need to be a little bit experienced if when I use this. So it's the whole tools that I'm providing in this Bolstack framework is not for non-coders, for coders who know what they're doing and they have a little bit of experience in web development. And also we're going to be using this builder this page builder also that I created recently to be able to demo the background or the background that I just showed you. So now what we're going to be doing is creating our small landing page to just demo the background that I just showed you. The first thing that I'm going to do, so I'm going to clear this out and then I'm going to add the components that I'm going to use to be able to use all these, to use some of the background that I showed you. So the first one that I'm going to start with is the hero section. So I'm going to start with this hero section here. And so don't worry about the theme. So let's change the theme here. And the second one that I'm gonna be adding is the this one. And then I'm gonna be adding, let's say this one. So I'm gonna be adding these components into our landing page to be able to test the backgrounds. So as you can see here, so the landing page is already looking good with the animation, with the design style and everything. But we want to make it more premium. So this is why backgrounds are very useful in this case. So to be able to download this, so we're gonna exit the preview. I'm gonna copy the CLI. So let's copy this link. So let's go back to our project. So, and I'm going to open up a new terminal here and then paste this CLI command to be able to download the components that we used um, in our landing page, but also to download the code related to the main page.tsx to be able to see the landing page. So now as you can see, so this is the Bolstack Page Builder CLI. So it detected three components. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna click enter because this is gonna be saved automatically in the page.tsx. And so we're gonna choose yes. So the component has been downloaded inside the components folder. And we're gonna choose yes to be able to override the global.css to have the theme that we choose, and we are ready to go. So if we go to the page.tsx, so this is the code of our page ready to be used. So you don't have to type anything. So all we have to do right now, so probably I'm going to add here the use client uh, flag here. And so as you can see, we've been able to create our page in seconds. So now what we're going to do, we're going to type in npm run dev to start our project. So let's go back here, choose localhost 3000. So as you can see, this is our landing page with the theme, with the component ready to be used. And also it has the dark mode as well. So because we are going to do this to be able to see how it looks. So I'm going to add this component mode toggle. So, so as you can see, the dark mode also looks good here. As you can see, the speed of how we created this landing page. So now what we're going to be doing is adding the animation or the background animation that I just show you. So now we're going to start adding some background animation or animations to our landing page. So we're going to start, of course, by the landing page. And the animation that I'm going to be adding is the grid pattern to be shown from uh, bottom to top with some fade at the top. So now let's go back to the background page. So this is the animated grid pattern that we're going to be using. Click on this. So now what I'm going to be doing is um, so let's reset this, and I'm gonna just change the size and so the width and the height just to get a clear picture of how it looks. Then I'm going to add the active animated squares. So let's change the colors, and also I'm gonna change the duration of the animation cycle just to have it a little bit fast. So I'm gonna change the max opacity for the peak active squares, the delay, and also I'm gonna add the fade. So this is the fade that I talked about. I can change the intensity. So so we're going to use this and so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to save the component. So let's save it in here. And then I'm going to copy the snippet. So let's go back to our code and you will see how very fast to really add the animation to our hero section. Then I'm gonna paste the snippet and also here I'm gonna add the uh, relative utility. Then I'm going to put this inside the container where the animation is in. So now let's go back to our landing page. So the thing here, the reason why it's not showing because of the Z index. So nothing to worry about. So all I have to do is add the Z index like this. So it can the animation be at the top of the hero section. And as you can see, we have our animated background already looking good. If we turn the dark mode on, it looks a lot better. So as you can see, it's very fast and also it is something that you can do in pretty much seconds. So now we're gonna keep working and we're gonna add the animation to each card in here and you will see how quick it's gonna be. So we're gonna keep adding the animation to our landing page. So the second one is the feature section, and I'm gonna be adding the flickering grid for each card in here, fading from top to bottom. So let's do this. So let's go back to Bolt Stack. So I'm gonna click on this one, and then we're gonna change some properties here. I'm gonna change the square size and also so I'm gonna add or diminish the space between the grid cells and also I'm gonna add the flickering probability, also add some opacity like this. And at the bottom, I'm gonna add the fading mask and I'm gonna add the intensity. So let's keep these properties. And the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save the file inside the components folder. And then I'm going to copy the snippet. So now what we're going to be doing, we're going to access to the feature section 2, and then we're going to go uh, to the code related to the card. Here inside the card tag, I'm going to paste this code. Here first I need to import the component. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add some the relative utility class. So this is what I said before. You need to be a web developer. You need to do what you need to know what you're doing if you want to make sure that this works for you. So for the Z index, I'm going to do the Z 10. So the layer can be at the top of the container, which is the card. So let's save the file and just see how it looks so far. So if we go back here, so as you can see, it is looking pretty good so far. So I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do, add the know where I'm going to put this animation, add the relative class in the card, so that it doesn't spread all across the component, just within this container. And also I updated the z-index and you are ready to go. So already it is looking good so far, our landing page with all the animations or the animated components that we added in our landing page. So the last one that we're going to be doing here, so we're going to add this pulsing circle at the center of this card, and this is what we are going to be doing. So let's keep animating our landing page, and as I said, we're going to add the pulsing circles to this newsletter. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to go back to Bolstack here, and so we're going to change some properties, of course. So let's add more circles. Let's change the size. So we're going to change this later on in the code. And let's change the color. So just let's stick with these properties just to save time. And let's download the component. And I'm going to copy this. And now I'm going to go to the newsletter and precisely, we're gonna go to this part. So we have the section, and then we have this div that um, point to this rectangle container. So let's add it in here, and so I've already have the relative utility here, and let's add the z-index10. So let's go back to see how it is looking, and it is already looking good so far. So all I have to do probably so I'm gonna delete the z-index, and also you can change uh, the size to make it a little bit bigger just from here, and you are ready to go. As you can see, it is working right off the bat. So all you have to do is just change the size, the opacity, and you are ready to go. And as you can see, our landing page looks a lot premium with these animation. Also, let's change back to the light mode. So as you can see, we can see them in the light mode as well. So as you can see, like using the animated backgrounds like this, it's a lot faster, and you have total control over what we're doing. It's accurate as well because it has been tested by a web developer before I put it out there. It's not like AI. So AI can produce these, but it has some issues with the accuracy. Even myself, I used AI to create this, but I had to reprompt. Even with accurate prompts, I have to do this over and over again. But if you have a framework, a tool like this, it's a lot more accurate. And this is what I want to show you in today's video. So if you are interested about this, so feel free to really check this out and also to use it in your project, and let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. It's gonna really help me to really improve this tool.